Hello all, good evening. We have a Q-Serve. Let me welcome all of you to the CPD, which is mainly focused to explain the process of become a chartered quantity surveyor. Firstly and foremost, let me express a sincere thanks from our side because you all are working professionals and after working 10 hours or 9 hours, you still find some time to join with us and participate in this CPD. Really appreciated for that. So in this CPD, what we focused is to explain the full process of MRICS, like how to become MRICS, what is MRICS, the benefit of having MRICS, the full process of MRICS, and the fee structure, and what are the prerequisites of MRICS, eligibility criteria, such all things we're going to explain. Okay, let me first introduce about QServe. So QServe Consult is basically a technical firm. We have different verticals. We do training, technical training. We do corporate training. We do consulting service, and we have different verticals. And this training is one of the vertical, and it's been formed and run by two close friends like me and my partner Siat, and we have been in this industry for more than 15 years. And in 15 years, we work in different domains, and finally, we decided to start a consultant firm that will work both ways, like as a consultancy and also as a corporate training session. Okay. And in a quick word, let me introduce our team actually. When I say our team, like two of us only, which is me and my friend. So let me take you to the next slide. So talking about myself, my name is Mithun Suvarnan. I'm a MRICS certified chartered surveyor, and I already also had couple of other memberships such as MIQS, CPP, Law, etc. I'm working as a group manager for contracts and procurement with a developer in UAE. And my friend Siad, co-partner, who is also a chartered quantity surveyor. He has other certification like a CQS, MAQS, and he's pursuing LLM now. He's a senior cost consultant with Atkins, and he's working in Saudi Arabia. So that's it about ourselves. Without wasting any of time, let me take you to agenda. So we're going to explain the eligibility, who can apply this RICS, followed by the fee structure, and we're going to explain like how to enroll, how to start the process, because there is a starting for everything. What is the starting point? Then we will explain what is SOE and case study. Don't get confused with this new terminology like SOE and case study. We're going to explain in detail what is SOE, what is case study, how to write. Followed by there is a CPD. Then we also going to explain about the submission procedures, how you submit prelims, how you submit final submission, the interview. And finally, we're going to explain our role as a QSER consult, what we going to do, what we train, how we train, and level of value we add in different levels of this process. Okay? And let us see in next slide, what is RICS? So this question is, you all are here just to know about this. What is RICS? So RICS is a chartered status, and mostly this is the only chartered membership which is globally accepted. You might have heard, if I'm not very sure whether you know or not, there are different chartered membership like AIQS, IIQS, SLQS, which is applicable only in that country. When I say AIQS, that is applicable only for Australia, and IIQS only for India, SLAQS only for Sri Lanka. But when you say MRICS, which is membership from Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors, that is the most prestigious membership. There is nothing more than RICS. Whichever membership you say, I can bet you that all coming under like less than RSS value. This MRSS, it acts as a benchmark. It act as a scale to measure your caliber nowadays. And globally, geographically, locally, everywhere, now this MRSS become an integral part for the quantity surveys. Okay, if you might have know, like, when you apply in a client side, when you apply a job in a consultant, the first question will be whether you have MRI certification or not. That level importance is achieved or attained by this membership, and when you going to achieve this membership, you also going to reach that level. So that is RICS. It's a membership. Guys, just let me make very clear. It's not a certification. It's not a course. It's not a degree. It's a membership from a very, very reputed institution. When I say very, very important, no institution is as large as MRICS. So what's that? Everybody keep in your mind, because when I start this process, I was really confused. I thought it just like a certification course which I can join, I can mug up something, I can buy hard something, and then I can pass. No, it's not like that. Okay, I just want you to keep in your mind, it's not a certification, it's not a degree, it's not a course also, it's a membership. I hope you might have heard of about chartered accountants who know everything about accountancy. They are the supreme power in accountancy, this CA. Similarly, when you have a chartered membership or when you become a chartered quantity surveyor, you also expected to have that knowledge. And when you have that knowledge, you're going to get that respect. Let us see what is and why we need MRICS. Okay, so why we need MRICS? Of course, I explained it's a high standard professional membership in the industry, and nothing can match MRICS. So industry respect MRICS. Industry respect people who has MRICS, and you learn a lot of things to become MRICS. If just imagine, if MRICS is so easy, you can see most of the QS will have MRI certification or this membership. It's so complicated. I'm not making you like a negative impact about MRSS, but the reality is like there is a lot to study. And when you study a lot, you become a professional who is cut above the rest. That is making MRICS differentiate. Okay. So when you have this MRICS, the industry respect you. You can see that when you attain MRSCS and when you sit in a meeting room or when you send a mail and they see that you have a MRSCS, the response will be very, very different. They will be very careful to talk to you. And somebody in a meeting and then they say they know that you have MRICS, they will not randomly object you because the other party know this guy had MRICS. That means he went through all the courses. He had spent his time and studies on this. So he had knowledge. So we have to be very careful. Besides, it's a standards, it has high level of professionalism and high level of expertise also. When you getting this level of knowledge and when you getting this level of expertise, eventually you will get a financial benefit also. Let me just tell you my personal experience. 2018, back in 2018, I was a MEP county surveyor. I am emphasizing I was a MEP county surveyor and I was very, very confused because I have seen people who is from civil background obtain this MRACS. So I was confused whether as a MEP guy, whether I was able to attain or not. But when I start studying for this, things changed. I start learning a lot and I start studying a lot. And when I look back, where I was a MEP county servant in 2018, after achieving this MRACS, I literally skip 2 steps. Okay. When I say 2 steps, as per the hierarchy, I should have become a senior county surveyor, then I would have become an assistant manager, then I would have become a commercial manager. But I literally skipped 3 steps out of it. I was able to land in a place as a manager, that too in a senior manager position. You can see my LinkedIn, it's already there, it's transparent. So that level of expertise you're going to get when you do MRICS. Okay, let us see the eligibility criteria, like who can do that. Guys, we have prepared this CPD such a way that what are our concerns, our questions, and our doubt when we start this journey. Just like you all of you, when I started this journey, I was really confused. I don't know how to start. I don't know what it is because I also, in my mind, it was like a certification only. But I don't know where to start. I don't know how to start also. The process, I don't know. So, and at that time, I approached a couple of people, but I never get a proper response or like I haven't get a structured advice from that. So in this section, I just explaining you different criteria that was we struggle in that stage. Okay. So I explain like what is MRS, why MRS is that's generic thing. So first thing, like key part start from here. What is the eligibility criteria? This RSS body is like somebody who cares about everybody. It's not like you need to be engineer. It's not like you need to be that degree. It's not like you need to be that certification. Whoever, whether you have a degree or not, you have a certification or not, RSS has a solution for everyone, but different criteria. Okay, so mainly you could see over here six type of membership. It's not six type of membership, six type of methodology. Mainly RSS classified into two category. When I say two category, the people who already had RSS degree. That means RICS accredited degree. Mostly, in India, Pakistan, or Bangladesh, other countries, we don't have this degree called quantity surveying degree. But country like Sri Lanka, South Africa, UK, and all, they have a degree which is called BSc quantity surveying. So that degrees are accredited by RICS. So, of course, when there is a degree accredited by RACS, they have to give some consideration for that. So, there is three route: RACS degree with less than 5 years experience, RACS degree between 5 to 10 years experience, RACS degree with more than 10 years experience. So, that means somebody with junior, like 5 years, less than 5 years, a junior guy only. The guy who having RICS accredited degree and less than 5 years, that cover the junior guys. Then RICS certified degree plus 5 to 10 years experience, that cover the mid level candidates. Then RICS degree with more than 10 years, that means that's senior people. But the criteria route is different. Even though there is three category for this eligibility, the process is different. So first, let me tell you, like RIC is a degree plus less than 5 years experience. So if you have less than 5 years experience and you have a RICS accredited degree, first thing you have to complete 24 months structured training, and you need to have 96 hours of CPD. Then you can go for a document submission and interview. So if you are a fresh graduate and you are a fresh graduate and you have hardly have 1 year experience, so when you have 1 year experience, you can imagine you will not be having full understanding or knowledge about different part of quantity survey, different job nature of quantity survey. So RS is telling, I can give you this membership, but yeah, we agree that you have a RSS accredited degree and you have less than 5 experience. We can consider you, but however, we want you to go for a 24 months plus 2 year structured training. That means he has to do a structured training under a MRSCS guy. So he will write his memberships, he will write case studies, he will write study, he will attend sessions. So 2 years time he have to spend, and he have to ensure he spend minimum 96 hours of studying in 2 years. So that means the guy who has less than 5 years experience and RSS degree, he has to spend 2 year, that means 24 months, and he has to attain 96 hours of training. So now let us see to 5 to 10 years experience guy, that means the mid senior guy. So for them it's required only 12 months training, because when somebody having 5 to 10 years experience mean he knows something in the industry, because he's in the industry for more than 5 years, that means he knows things. For those people you need to have 12 months training, and he need to have 48 hours CPD. When I say CPD, the class you attending, the session you attending is also a CPD. Whatever you learn is called CPD. It could be formal CPD, it could be informal CPD. Something you learn now because I am a MRSCS member, I'm explaining you that is a formal CPD. But you learn something from YouTube or you study something by yourself, that all informal CPD. Okay. So so this 5 to 10 years experience guy should have 48 hours CPD and he can go for a interview and submission and interview. Now we have RICS degree and more than 10 years experience. So if you have more than 10 years experience, first criteria, he has to get 48 hours CPD. Whether he attend classes, he attend seminars, webinar, whatever, he need to get 48 hours CPD. Then you can straight away go to submission and interview. The difference between 5 to 10 years and more than 10 years is that in 5 to 10 years, you have to wait 12 months. Whereas in 10 years experience and more, you can directly go to interview after achieving 48 hours CPD. That means there is no 12-month waiting period. So this, whatever I talked is purely based on those candidates who have RICS accredited degree. Now let us talk about the very common things like we all, where I belongs to, any bachelor degree and 5+ years experience. Because I did BTech from India. It's not RICS accredited degree. It's from a university back in India. So that will come under the category any bachelor degree plus 5 years experience. Minimum you should have 5 years experience. Let me tell you one more thing. You don't need to have BTech, okay? It's never they mentioned you should need a bachelor degree. They mentioned, sorry, BTech degree. They mentioned any bachelor degree. It could be Bachelor of Mechanical Engineering. It could be Bachelor of Civil Engineering. It could be BSc. It could be BA. It could be BCom also. But you should have experienced 5 years in this industry. That is like a very beautiful part of it. Like, it's not mandatory. Many people work in different industry, even though you study something, but you will be working different industry. But RS is understood that, and that's the reason they kept any bachelor degree plus 5 years experience. So this route, if you are fall under this category, there is 3 steps. First, 48 hours CPD is common for all. Like you need to attend 48 hours CPD. That means 48 hours studying you might have done, be it formal or informal. Then there is a submission. You write something. There is, there are many competencies. Competencies means subjects. There are many subjects which you have to study, and you need to write a summary of experience and case study. Then you have to submit for preliminary submission. If you pass preliminary submission, now you can go to final submission. I'm going to explain what is case study, what is preliminary submission, what else, this summary of experience in detail. So, but for your understanding, keep in mind, if you fall in this category, you need to have a 48-hour CPD, preliminary submission, then final submission. It take roughly 1 year. Okay. Now we have undergraduate degree and higher degree, and one of them should be QS based, and you have 5 years relevant experience. You will be under senior professional route, and you can directly go to submission and interview. That means you have 2 degrees. One of them is based on QS. Then there is no degree. There are many people come, if many people done diploma and then they joined in quantity QS as a QS. Then they have been working in industry for quite long. There is something for those people also. When there is no degree and you have 10 years experience, that to a senior position, you can go for a senior professional route and you can straight away go for the interview. But this position, you have to prove you have a what you call that top management experience, you have decision making experience in that industry. That's all about eligibility, guys. You don't need to be confused with those part, because I'm sure by now you would be able to fix your candidate some of 1, 2, 3, 4 section. Majority of you fall under the Fourth one, like any bachelor degree and experience, 5 years. Maybe if you have RSS degree, much and better. Let us see what is the RACS qualification type. So MRACS, there is something called SOC RACS. We are not focusing on that. We are focusing mainly on MRICS, that is member of Royal Institute of Chartered Surveys. So eligibility I already explained. And if your experience and degree fall any of those criteria I've explained, you are eligible to apply for MRACS. That means just to apply for MRACS. The process I will be explaining in detail in upcoming stages. Okay, let us see like what are the process and fee structures and all. So as I said, as per eligibility, if you fall under any of those six category, you are eligible to apply RICS. That means you can apply or enroll for this RICS. Having said, there is like you need to have a submission, blah blah things are there, but you are now eligible. Your eligibility is fixed. Let us see the fees. So your enrollment fees, that if you want to register for the first time and submit your interest for the enrollment, you need to pay 575 pound, which is equal to 2,830 dirhams. Okay, so that will be the first amount you need to pay to register with RICS. Only when you register, only you can submit your submission, case study, everything. So start registration, be ready with 2,830 dirham. And there is a yearly you have to, once you enroll with RICS, you have to pay till you want this membership. And so yearly, there is a 820 dirham you need to pay. Okay, and when you become MRS's member, you have to pay 529 pound per year. That means if you are just enrolled, you have to pay 575 pound plus 166 pound. But if you become MRS, you pass the interview, you pass submission, you pass interview, and when you become MRSS member, you have to pay 529 pound yearly. That's almost equal to 2,600 dirham per yearly. And you have no option. You have to pay this fee until you want this membership. After you work many years, you decided I don't need this MRS anymore, or you moved out of profession, you start your own business or something, and you decide I don't need this membership, then you can stop it. But till that date, you have to pay this membership. That means first, you are if you enrolled and you start preparing, there is a fee, and when you become MRSCS, then there is a fee. So keep in mind, 2,000 plus amount you need to have, like monthly, sorry, yearly. If you are a member, you need to pay 6,000, and if you become enrolled guy, you need to pay 820 dirham. Let's see different pathways, like now eligibility and fees. Let's see the different pathway. You guys, MRSCS is not this RICS giving charter membership for different pathways actually, because we are quantity surveys and our pathways obviously quantity is our pathway, but there are PM pathways, there are valuation pathway, there are infra pathway, land pathway, PM pathway, building control pathway, building survey, different category. But however, we going to focus here quantity survey and construction pathway. Okay, that's our key motive to process. Let me explain, like how you start your process, like something called enrollment. Okay, this is the first step. If you decided, if you're eligible, and if you decide to start applying for this RICS, APC enrollment is the first process. So first thing, open RICS website, and you have to create a ID, what do you call that, a portal membership. Just like you log in, like any platform, be it a LinkedIn or Instagram, you have to create a profile. Similarly, you have to create a profile there. Then there is a there is a, a tab there which mention apply online. Then you had to click apply online. Then you submit your certificate, then your copy of resume, and you have to give counselor membership number also. That means if you want to enroll, you need to have endorsement from a already MRACS chartered surveyor. That means you can start this MRACS enrollment only under the mentoring or control of a already existing chartered surveys. For example, I'm MRACS chartered surveyor. So somebody, if you want to enroll, what they do basically, they will contact me. Say, just imagine my junior is applying for this or enrolling for RICS. He will call me and he will ask whether Mithun, whether can I use your RICS number as my mentor, or he will ask me, can you be my mentor so that I can enroll? When I say yes, he will use my registration number inside that, and he would say, dear RICS, I would like to start enrollment or login for this process. I have my CV ready, I have my certificate ready, and this is my mentor. Mithun is my mentor. He agreed to do that. So the first step, you need to ensure these processes to be fulfilled. So in this case, with QSER, we will be providing the mentor details, and we will be the mentor for the candidate, whoever training under us. So this is the first stage, APC enrollment. So the key problem over here is like to get a right counselor over here. If that is the one of the key point, because you cannot randomly go login and enroll for IPC or RACS. When you want to enroll, you need to be ready with one MRACS members consent or approval or a registered number and their agreement that they can be your mentor. Then only you can enroll. If you don't have somebody ready to mentor you or help you or monitor you who already have an MRACS, if you have that, you can online apply it. If not, it's a task for you. So that's called APC enrollment. Okay, so that's, now imagine if you joined with us or you joined any institute, you will be having somebody called mentor. You already have MRACS. So you're safe with that part, be it with us or with any institute. So that institute will be providing members for you for sure. And your enrollment will be under his name. So that is safe for you, whoever joining. Let us see now the step-by-step process. I hope till now you are clear with the eligibility criteria and the fees and the process of registration also. Now let us see the main core part of it. I have been using the word SOE and case study frequently throughout the session. So these are the key or cream of RICS. It's like, the integral part of RICS, which is a summary of experience and case study. So when you enrolled for this membership, the first thing is not right. You need to prepare a summary of experience. So summary of experience means there are some 10, 15 competencies. Competencies mean subject that RICS want you to go through and study. And RICS expect you to write your experience in that competency. Let me take an example and explain you. It will be very easy for you. Before that, let me tell you what is competencies. Competencies means subjects or topic that you have to study to pass RICS. Okay, that I'm going to explain that in detail in upcoming slides. But again, I just give you a heads up. That's it. Okay. Now let us see what is mean by summary of experience and how you can write it. So there is three level of experience: level 1, level 2, and level 3. Just imagine you open a Word file and heading level 1, enter key. So you write exactly what you know, what your awareness. Let me take a very small topic and explain. So payment certification. Just it's not a topic by the by. For example purpose, I'm taking payment certificate. That's the topic. For that topic, you need to write Level 1, level 2, level 3. So level 1 you will write, I have awareness about payment certification. I have awareness about the material on site. I am aware about the retention. I'm aware about the advance payment. I'm aware about the variation. These are the heads of IPC, payment certificate. So you write what you know. Now in level 2, you stop there, level 1. You start, press enter, you press write level 2, next one. So level 2, what you write basically, what you have did in that competency or a subject. So our topic or subject was IPC or payment certificate. You write level 1, that is whatever you know about the payment certificate you write already. Now it's your turn to write level 2, what you did, your level of application. So you will write like, I have prepared payment certificate for my contractor. I have prepared payment certificate for my subcontractor. I have detected advance payment recovery from payment certificate. I have a certified material on site from in payment certificate. These all things you will write, which is the what you did in payment certificate. That also over. And now something called level 3. In level 3, what you basically write, the expert opinion or advice you had given to a client or your stakeholder. Why do you need level 3? Because you are not someone, if when you become a chartered county surveyor, you're not someone just do things. You are someone who advise on things. So level 3 is the very, very important part of RICS. Because if you land after MRICS, if you landed in a client side as a contracts manager, you have to give expert opinion. You are not, they are taking you not to do the work. They are taking you to get your advice in different parameters. So in this one, you need to give advice on different competency. In our example, in payment certificate, so you will write, when I was preparing payment, when I was working with the consultant, there was my junior was preparing payment certificate and he missed to add ABCD item. Then I give him a expert opinion. Or sometime my junior was delaying the payment certificate. So I advise him, delaying payment certificate is a breach as per the FIDIC. So I advise him to prepare IPC before 28 days, something like that. So you give an expert opinion or advice. This is the way you write summary of experience. What I given is a very, very small example. It's not limited to that, okay? By the way, you need to write similarly for many, many competencies. But the content is like this, or a structure should look like this. First, level 1, what you know about that competency. Level 2, what you did on that competency. And level 3, what expert opinion you had given on that competency. Okay, so you are to write maximum 1,500 words in total for mandatory competencies and maximum 4,000 word in total for the technical competency. Don't worry about those things. Actually, that's like when you start, you will eventually will control one by one and you will write. So this is something called summary of experience. Okay, let me put you some practical or a simple, more similar experience. Okay, so if you ask, the topic is like bicycle riding, just small topic, bicycle riding. So you will write like, I'm ever about bicycle, I know how to drive bicycle, I those things you will write. Then you in level 2 you will write, I had drive my bicycle from this to here, that to there, I drop many people. Those things you will write. Then level 3 you will write, one of my friend was going to buy a bicycle, then I advise him to go for a this TC bike or this company bike, because you did and now you're giving a high level advice. This is called summary of experience. Okay, now let us see which all competencies you are to write the summary of experience. Okay, so when I say competencies, it's a topic, or when you study your engineering or a degree, you have different subject. Similarly, these subjects are called competencies. It's classified into three categories: mandatory, core competencies, and optional competencies. Core means the core technical competencies, and you need to have level 3 knowledge. That means You should be able to give advice to the client on these core competencies: commercial management, transition technology, contract practice, procurement tendering, finance and control, quantification, and costing. So now let me connect our previous session summary of experience with one of the core competencies in a quick way. So quantification and costing. So if somebody told you to write a SOE on quantification costing, or if you enroll for RACS, and when you start writing SOE for this competency, quantification or costing, how do you write that? So level one, you write, you are aware of quantification costing, you are aware of POMI, principle of measurement, you are aware of NRM, you are aware of SESM and all. That's it. Level 2, you will write, I did quantification for this work, I have did quantification for earthwork, I have did quantification for this one, I did a costing for the pretenders, I prepared costing for variation, I prepared those things, you will say in what you did. And when you come to level 3, where you have to give expert opinion, you will write, when I was working with a consultant or a client, there was issue, client was asked my opinion to choose which method of measurement. So it was an infra project. I advised him to go for a sesame based method of measurement. Or there's an ancillary building, I advise him to go for a code C. Something like this you have to write. I just given you one example from quantification. Similarly, you have to write level 1, level 2, level 3 experience in all the competencies. So we are taking classes on all these competencies, like minimum one competencies we spending like 10, 11, 12 hours in one competency. So when you finish that classes, you will be able to understand this thing, and you will be able to write competencies, not just as if you join with any institution, they will be giving classes on all these topics. So you will understand the concept, and you might have did already, and then you will formalize that way SOE, or as called drafting. Okay, that's core competencies. And we have mandatory competencies. Core competencies, keep in mind, guys, you need to have a level 3 experience. You should be able to advise those guys. But whereas something called mandatory competencies, it it's not all competencies required level 3 knowledge. Couple of knowledge like level 2, level 1, and some ethics level 3. Because can see here accounting principle. Why a QS should know accountancy? So that's the reason is only level 1. Business planning. Why a QS should do business planning, or why should advise? No, it's not required. But still, you should know what is business planning, what is vision, what is mission, data management, sustainability. These topics you should have a level 1 knowledge. You should know what is it. That's it. You don't need to give expert opinion. You don't need to do something, but you have to give some, or you need to have some basic awareness. That's it. Then you have a level 2 like client care, communication, negotiation, health and safety, ethics. These are competencies. I'm not complicating things. Just keep in mind these are the topics which you have to come across if you want to pass RACS, and you have to convert or translate this into a summary of experience in different levels. That's it. Okay, so that's what summary of experience. I will allow a Q&A session at the last, so you can have, if you have any doubt, you can address those things over there. Okay, now let us go to case study, which is like again equally important as SOE. And case study is something, a key issue or a critical issue you faced in your project. And if you not address that issue, if you left that issue unaddressed, that going to create the adverse impact to the project. Don't think like, that high level thing which only top management will be part of it. No, there are many things in all level there will be issue. And in each level, the issue, if you left untouched, that going to be issue for sure, that it going to impact. That is called case study. Can I give you a small example, like, so you are living in different part of the world. Okay, maybe if I am someone living in Abu Dhabi, imagine I'm staying in a apartment, so I need to pay rent monthly to this apartment owner. If I don't receive salary on time, or there's a delay in my salary. That's the critical issue. So for this month, if I haven't received salary, that's the critical issue for me because I will not be able to pay my rent. And if I haven't paid the rent, he will definitely throw me away from the row. So where will I go with my family? So I'm staying in Abu Dhabi in a rented apartment and I don't have salary received this month. So this is a critical issue for me. I need to find money to pay my rent. So now we have to check different options. First option, I will borrow money from some other friends. Second option, I will go for a loan. Third option, maybe I will use my credit card payment. Fourth option, I will arrange from India or somewhere. Fourth option, maybe I will sell my car and get some money. So we have different options. Each these options are feasible only. All these option is practically applicable. Among this, which option I should choose? And I have to choose the best option and I have to implement that option. This is called case study. Among this, my five options, like I will rent, I will borrow money, I will use my credit card, I will take a loan, or I will arrange from India, I will sell my car. Maybe I will say I will approach my friend and get some money so that I will tell him next month I will give you plus interest also. So give me some money. That is my fit. Or maybe I would say I don't want to disturb anybody, so I will sell my car, get some money, and pay it. When I get salary, I will buy a new car. It could be anything. This is the I'm just explaining the concept behind the critical issue and how do you going to propose three options. So similarly, in your construction or in your professional life, you might have come across issue like this, and you need to provide three options for this, and you need to select the best option for that, and then you need to implement. That is called case study. I know when I heard this case study for the first time, I was like so lost. I was like thinking, what? Nothing. I was doing at that stage of my career. I was doing hardly payment certification, payment application, and that's it. Variation. That's it. So I was like, I don't have any issue. No issue with me. It's going all smooth. So what will I write? I was really confused. But just keep in mind there is a variation. Okay, one item your subcontractor is not agreeing is a variation, or one item there in the BOQ. Okay, and there is a budget also, but that item it's going above the budget. What would you do? Simple item. Okay, or other issue, there is a subcontractor, he is not performing well. What would you do? That was a small issue only, but that was an issue. Maybe a supplier for delivery material, he is not performing well. Because of just supply delivery, your time will be lapsed. Maybe he's a sub supplier, but still that will impact your project some. Similarly, the case study no need to be very complicated. It's something small issue which you faced in your in if you are somebody having 5 years experience, you cannot expect to have very complicated issue. But same time, you might have faced some issue for sure. At least a payment issue, a variation issue, a certification issue. So in that stage, how do you going to overcome? Forget about that. Like if you encounter a payment delay, what would you do? If your variation is not agreeing, what would you do? Those things, those things, small things that you can create, because that is a critical issue. If somebody is not agreeing the variation, that going to impact entire final account. That was an issue. So what we can do? This way you have to write case studies. Okay. This is called, I mean, just summary of experience and case study is key part of it because it's something that tests your knowledge, that tests your drafting skills, that tests your presence of mind. Okay. Now let us see what is something called CPD. I had explained like eligibility criteria like 36 months CPD, 48 months CPD. So CPD means continuing professional development. As I said, now you all sitting here and you listening to me. I am a MRSCS county surveyor. So this CPD, this is a CPD. You're learning something. There is some learning outcome from that. Now you learn about the RACS process. This is a CPD, and this is the formal CPD. And similarly, if I'm conducting a CPD on contract administration next week, if you attend that, that was a CPD. And if you open YouTube and you listen to some videos in quantification or in contract practice or about contract, that also CPD. Why RACS emphasis on CPD? Because by attending CPD every day and month, you attain new knowledge. And RACS want you to develop your knowledge like yearly basis. Each year, when they said 48 hours yearly, that means you spend 48 hours to learn new things. So eventually, as a person, as a professional, your knowledge is enhanced. That is the intention behind RACS body also, because that is something it differentiate you from others. Like you spending 48 hours a year, that means you studying 48 hours. Maybe whereas other QSs may not be spending this time, but RSS quantity surveys has to spend this time. Okay, that is called CPD. Now let us see. I mean, just walk across. So we know the eligibility, we know the fees also, we know what to write, like summary of experience and the case study, and we know the competencies or subject also. Okay, and now let us see like the process, like how we do this process. And as I said, there's different routes, like RACS degree plus 3 years, 4 years, many routes are there. And what I'm explaining is basically people who fall under 5 years experience and any degree, which called APC route. Okay, I'm going to explain about the process behind APC route. That means who having 5 years experience and any degree. Okay, that is the called APC route. That means assessment of professional competency. So if you are fall under that category, of course you have to attend 48 hours CPD. Maybe you can learn by yourself. You can attend CPD conducted by institute like QServe or any other institute, or you can attend the CPD conducted by the MRSCs, IQS, AQS, any CPD you can attend. So you attain 48 hours CPD. Of course, you need to enroll already. You need to find the RACS mentor with his guidance. You have to enroll. That's first thing. Second thing is 48 hours CPD. Third thing is like you have to prepare summary of experience in each competency, whichever I explained above, like quantification costing, contract practice, procurement tendering, all these topics you have to write a summary of experience based on the level required. Some competency you will write up to level 3. Some competency like business planning, data management, you write only level 1. And health safety, you will write level 2. Like that, you need to write summary of experience. And you have to be ready with your case study also. You have to find a critical issue, your solutions, and your implementation. So these two documents should be ready with you. So as a prerequisite, you had to find first an MRACS survey under his mentorship or using his register number. You have to log in. Then you have to uh, attain 48 hours CPD. Then you should be ready with the case study and the SOE. Then you can submit this thing for your preliminary submission. When you submit this document, RACS will review this all the document you submitted. If you are write really well, you express your knowledge, experience, everything to your writing, they will send you mail. Yes, dear ABCD, your submission is matching with the requirement of RACS. Now you can proceed to final interview. If not, if you're not demonstrated your knowledge well in drafting and writing, they would say, no, you're not fit for submission. You have been referred. There's no defeat or failure. There's only referral. Okay. So that is the first step. Preliminary submission, and you submit the preliminary submission. Then RACS will review. If all good, they will say good to go. If not, resubmit. Okay. And once it's good to go, there is something called APC route file submission. Okay. The one of key aspect of RACS, it's they are not testing just your technical knowledge. They're testing your technical knowledge. They're testing your drafting skills. They're testing your vocabulary. They're testing your talk speaking skills. They're testing your presence of mind, everything. Because the first is your submission. That is purely based on what you write, where they're checking your drafting skills and technical knowledge. Now there is something called final submission. Sometimes, in APC prelim submission, there will be some comments. They will say to change this, change that, or no. But you are good to proceed. Some minor comments. You maybe incorporate those comments, and you go for the APC final submission. So in final submission, when you submit the document, they will give you interview dates, which is like the final and last step of RICS, which is interview. So interview is something that checking your many skills, not just one skill, okay? Your presentation skills, your vocabulary skills, your presence of mind skills, all these skills will be checking in interview. Okay, so interview normally lasts for 1 hour. In first 1 hour, they will. So in first 10 minutes, you have to present your case study. So just imagine if I am the candidate who are attending final interview, the first 10 minutes I'll be presenting my case study. Dear sir, this is my case study. This is the key issue. This I faced this issue, and I had this three, one, two, three option. So this is the first option. This is the second option. This is third option. And first option had this pros and cons. Second had this issue, and third had this pros and cons. And finally, I decided to go with this option, and this option I implemented, and the issue was resolved. I mean, this way, you will explain your case study to the panel. The panel will be having three members, two panels, and one chairman. So you explain in 10 minutes. You have only 10 minutes to present your case study. That means the entire case study you write like 4,000 words or 3,000 words. Now you have 10 minutes to present that case study. After that, they will be asking questions from case study. Next 10 minutes, they're going to ask question from case study like what is this, why this option, why no other option, why not this option, what is the positive, why you think it's negative. They will ask all this question. Once you finish that, they start question from other competencies. I have seen I have shown you different competencies like contract practice, procurement, tendering, all those things. They will ask you question from those competencies. They will ask you level one question, what do you know this? Level two, what you did also, and they will ask you, oh, in this situation, what kind of advice you can give you? Right, that like that question also they will ask you. And interview is one of the key part of it because that not at all checking your vocabulary or presentation. They're checking your presentation style, the way you speak, the way you answer. They will check how deep you understand the concept and your presence of mind also. Because when they ask me a question, you don't have time to think. You hardly get 2 seconds to think. If they ask you what is contract, you should be immediately able to answer. You cannot like contract is this, contract is that. No, when you heard and if you they ask you like what are the content of a contract, you should be quickly tell them a contract is made of offer as a consideration like that. You have to flawlessly explain. You cannot take time like and think I think contract is formed of then no way, because they want you to answer quickly, immediately. And so they're checking different perspective here, because when you become MRSCS, you are not a quantity survey at all. You will be representing your company. When you represent your company, you need to have that level knowledge. You need to have vocabulary, you need to have written knowledge, speaking skills, presence of mind. Because in a meeting, if you attend a meeting in a client meeting, you will not get much time to speak. You have to think and answer immediately. That is the perspective RS is keeping in mind. Presence of mind and quickness and knowledge. So if you know on the knowledge, if you have a deep understanding of concept, it will be easy to answer. Okay, so that's called interview. So if you pass the interview, good and enough, you will be become an MRASIS quantity surveyor. In the worst case scenario, if you not passed, there will be like you need to, they will send you a referral report again. Unfortunately, you have not passed this time, but like next time, so you can attend one more time, two time, three time, and you will get pass. So that's called interview. So just to conclude this session, we touch base eligibility, fees, enrollment process, CPD, SOE, case studies, and interview. So as a user, what we adding value or what we provide service like, our service start from the very beginning, like the first stage of enrollment, where you need a RACS mentor to enroll you. So that service, the first service we are giving, we will be your mentor and we will be helping you in enrollment. Then CPD, 48 hours CPD is the RICS requirement. We are giving minimum, where we are giving minimum 90 hours CPD. That's minimum actually, because we spent or we have been spending minimum 10 hours on each topic. That means core topic we spend in minimum 10 hours. So that detail we are giving. And we are not teaching the question and answer. We teaching the concept. We had conduct many CPDs already on contracts, administration, contract practice, and risk management. You can see those videos, which eventually reflect the way of teaching, the way we. That's already in our YouTube channel and our page also. That is the same procedure or approach we are following in our sessions also. Like we teach the concept, not Q&A sessions. We are not questions. We teach the concept. So when you know the concept, it will be breeze for you to answer. Then we have been providing service for writing SOE, but we don't write for you. We will review and guide you. Similarly, case study also. We will be when you have to choose topic, but we will be literally sitting with you and guiding you the process of writing. And unlimited mock interviews, unlimited Q&A session. This all we are providing. So that's all about the service from QServe. And once you join with us, you can attend n number of sessions. And it's like, and there is different groups where we discuss different topics and all. That's all. Second, I don't want to put now over here, but to overall, this is what we do. This is what our approach is. Okay. And thank you very much. I just did my part of it. Like I explained the process. I hope it's clear. If you have any question, doubts, you can ask me now. And if you would like to join with us, uh, I'm giving you the mail ID and the WhatsApp number also. And after this session, there will be official mail will be sending to you. You can reach out to us, and we will be sharing further details like tariffs and other all sessions. So I am happy to answer this question. Yes, uh, you can start. Astosh, somebody asked the question. Yes, Astosh Kumar. I'm not sure he's talking or not. I'm all ears. Yes, I could. Dear Astosh, if you're speaking, I can hear you. You might be in mute. If any questions, you can type in the chat box also. You can ask also. Yeah, please go ahead. Whoever has the doubt, questions, go ahead, please start speaking.
Hi, I just wanted to check. So, if we are joining,
Hmm.
when will the classes start? Mm.
So we plan to start in the first week of June, or because we already started the one first batch in January first week, and towards the June that will be finishing completely. And for those people, we will be starting Q&A session and the mock interviews. And this section we will start by starting of June or second week of June.
So, if it's in June,
Yeah.
does that mean when we are preparing, it will be for next year, March, or this year, October?
No, it's this year October. It we will not finish the session actually. This for
Okay.
next year March, because
Okay.
this June window opening, our first batch going to submit, and December will be their interview. And this we will take minimum 6 months to complete this the classes. So for the next March,
Okay, thank you.
yeah,
Hi Nitin, this is Shalma here. Can I ask you a doubt?
yeah, Shalma, go ahead, please.
Okay. Actually, now I'm working in a pre-contract uh, basis. So, is it required to have a post-contract experience to apply for RICS?
Not really, but you need to have minimum 5 years experience in QS and estimation.
Okay,
So,
okay,
guys, let me just put you my example. I was working as a post contract QS,
okay,
and my experience was mainly in post contract. But
okay.
knowingly or unknowingly, you will be doing all these things. Shalma, I'm sure you might have did some variations, right?
Yeah, but
Even though if
the
you are a
things, yeah,
estimation department also,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
still you might have
Yes,
did some
yes.
variation. That's part of post contract. You
Okay,
did already, but it's the matter of structuring that into different levels. That's it.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Eventually, you need to
Yeah,
learn a lot, actually, a theoretical part. But those theory part, this what we learning is the pure concept of theory,
okay.
and that's something you already did. But only when you hear in theory, you will realize, okay, I did it already. That's it.
Yeah, yes, 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 exactly.
That will be the different,
Exactly.
actually. This variation which is purely post contract, you did already.
Hmm.
And somebody from post contract, you might have already involved in procuring of subcontractor. So that's procurement tendering. But unknowingly, you did it already. Okay.
Okay, Nitin, thank you.
Yeah. Meera asked, like, is there group discussion sessions? Yes, Meera, we have a group discussion session also, which we call Q&A sessions. So our first batch, they finished last competency already. So after that, weekly twice we have this Q&A sessions. Like we will choose one competency. For example, if you choose uh, commercial management, they all will go through that competency. They will learn, and then we will be asking this question. We have a really good amount of good bunch of Q&A notes and things which we will be addressing one by one, and we will ensure everybody speak, because ultimately you need to speak in interview. Whatever doesn't matter, you need to speak and express. So that's the main intention of this Q&A sessions, or a group discussion as you call. We make sure each and everybody of the participants will speak and express themselves, because when they speak, you can correct them, like, this is not the way to speak, this is to be first addressed, like that. So that's called a group discussion or a Q&A session. Then Mohammed Ibda, please, what is the maximum number of interview? There is no maximum number of interview, like, but yearly you can attend maximum 2 interviews only. Astosh Kumar, I'm from India. I face problem in selecting my mentor. I have total 10 plus years experience. Could you please help me in submission? You can contact our WhatsApp number, Astosh, and let us see what is our issue. And I just want to mention, maybe I forgot to mention also, our section is basically, there is no upfront payment. So what happened, like last session also, you can attend our sessions without paying. Like one up to 2 3 competencies, or two 3 sessions, you can sit with us and see whether our way of teaching and our method of teaching is possible to understand, whether it's good to listen, or you feeling bored or not. Then only you pay for us. That is one of our policy. I don't we are not forcing anybody to make upfront payment. So you join, if you want, join with us, contact the WhatsApp number, express your interest, and you start attending classes with us. Because after 1 2 3 4 classes, you will understand good to go or not good to go. If you think it's good to go, join with us, or no problem for us. If you don't join also, no problem for us. Okay. So Naufal asks, what will be the expected total cost to complete the full process? I really don't understand the question whether you're talking about the RACS payment or our fees. If you're talking about our fees, you can reach out to us in this WhatsApp number, and your details will be sharing. Okay, John. John, when are the classes and CPD webinars conducted? So we conducting all the classes in Teams platform, and we have weekly 2 classes, Monday and Thursday, and it starts from 8 p.m. UAE to 10 p.m. 10 p.m. max, but 9:30 and 45 will be the finishing it. Astosh and John and Naufal, maybe you can contact our WhatsApp number where you will be providing the fees details and other structures. Mohammed Evida, what is the suitable time? How many months if the average study hour 1 hour daily due to working load in additional to attend the session? Guys, like Mohammed, it purely depends on the knowledge you have and your skills. Like, I used to spend a lot of time because I used to take a lot of time to learn also. So I'm just talking my experience, okay? People have different, memory and different brain capacity. For me, I used to spend a lot of time actually, and so I cannot tell like how much time you have to spend to study. But we spent like weekly 2 session for study, sorry, teaching. It's all up to you, like how long you have to spend for studying. But when I was preparing, I literally spent a really good amount of time. I know that everybody is working and everybody does have this tiredness and stress for sure. But guys, just think of the membership and the prestigious value you're getting in the industry. Because whoever had this MRACS, they all were working, including me and Siad, and somehow we find some time for it. We start studying it, we compromise something, and we start sitting on it, and we achieved it. So that is the value we're getting. So we'll have excuse for sure, but ultimately you have to find some time to study. Trust me, guys, if you enroll this MRICS, be it with me or with any other institute. I'm not telling like you have to join with me, but if you join with any other institute also, but end of the session, you will, when you attend the whole session, you will you will have this different level of knowledge. Uh, like today, if you join today with me or any other institute, after 6 months, when you finish the session, you will be having different level of knowledge actually in all the competencies. That is, I'm sure, like MRSS, of course, is a good thing, but you will have the comprehensive knowledge in different domains. So if you guys are interested to join with us, you can express interest over this WhatsApp number or this informal. Then our administrator will be providing details like how to start, when to start, all those things will be providing. John, we are supporting candidate around the globe, not just UAE, India, Saudi, and all, because we are candidate from already from like in our first batch, we have a candidate from different part of the world. So we are yes, it's we are provided. But having said, our timing will be like 8 p.m. UAE. So I'm not very sure that that will be suitable for you or not. Because you can ask also questions like you don't need to type. You can just start asking. Keep in mind, in interview, you're going to
Okay, this number,
respond.
this number
Who's
is on WhatsApp.
this is John.
Yes, John.
Yeah,
So
John. This
good evening, John.
yeah. Good evening. How are
John
you, man?
speaking. Fine. And I was
John, thank
just
you for joining
asking.
firstly, and thank you
Thank
for
you.
spending time with us. Yes, John. This number plus 966 is in WhatsApp. you can contact. They will be providing all the information you want.
Okay, thank you so much. And thank you
Thank
for
you
the
very much,
session.
John.
Very,
Yeah,
very
no,
insightful. Yeah.
much appreciated. Thank you for joining. So I'm going to stay here for 10 more minutes. If you don't have any question, you are free to leave. But I'm ready to answer a question. 10 more minutes.
Excuse me, this is Muhammad Awida. Again, please, regarding the duration required for studying, what is the average, Yani, from your experience for teaching the courses?
Okay, Mohammed, let me tell you these two things. First, teaching. For teaching to complete this session, you can imagine minimum 80 hours. I mean, at least we taking 80 hours. In our previous batch experience, we spent like 80 hours to cover all this topic because, weekly twice, say 2 hours or 1.5 hour in one session. So roughly 3 hours, 3 hours in a week. And we used to spend like 5 session per topics minimum. And that's cumulative up to 80 hours of teaching in total minimum. It's excluding our QA session. Okay. And the studying, that's purely depends on like, I'm not very sure that you are not experienced level. So if you are someone who have really good experience, it will be easy for you. And someone who had less experience, they need to spend a bit more time to grab things, understand the concept, and get a hand of it. Hope I answered your question, Mohammed.
Yes, Yani, I'm trying to ask if there is some dedicated plan or dedicated schedule we can follow
Yes, yes, we have, we
for
have, we
our.
have a
Mhm.
schedule is there. Yes, yes, Mohammed. We have a schedule. We have a Excel schedule, which starting from June to December, which show in each date which competency will be starting, how many days it's going to take. We have a details plan actually. I haven't shared anything over here. I would thought like somebody who was really interested will be sharing separately in different mail.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. Sajuddin asked like if we miss one of session, yes, Sajid, we will be recording and we have a shared folder and recording will be saved in the record folder. You can access anytime. So recording plus our presentation, like, we have slides and things that will be presenting soon after the sessions. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. So if no further question, you are free to leave, please.